And yesterday we were wearing the same belt. What are the chances?
6-1.
So, yeah, and Charlie Sheen told me a couple weeks ago when I saw him at a show that, by the way, that was the only Emmy my dad ever won.
What?
And he's very proud of it.
That's ridiculous.
And I got to be a part of that.
Oh my gosh.
Because God loves me and he's so nice to me.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
I know.
Man, Martin, I find that is insane that that's the only Emmy Martin Sheen has ever won.
He deserves to have won 1,000.
I mean, his work on The West Wing alone.
Rizzo.
Oh, no, I don't know for sure.
I used to be told I
He played
looked like
Martin
her.
Sheen's wife on
Rizzo.
Stalker Channing.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
How much do you love her?
Oh, she's the greatest.
I used to get told I look like her. What? Yeah.
Sorry, I think you're more beautiful. But that's just me. I'm not saying she's not an attractive woman. I'm just saying I find you more attractive than Stalker Channing.
Why, thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you so
welcome.
much.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Hey.
All right.
Yes.
Those are all incredible stories, and I'm so thankful that you shared them with me. But I promised this crowd we would get to
Back to the
future. We would get back to the Future. There it is. We lost our Marty. Oh no. Where's that guy in the
Marty?
vest? Where's that Youth Auxiliary Corps?
So I
Young
had
man.
a 5-year-old Marty
you.
at my last show in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah?
And a 7-year-old Marty.
Well, it's because they're time travelers.
That's right. That's right. So I posted a picture of the teeny Marty
Yeah.
in the DeLorean, and
Yeah.
someone wrote, "You shrunk Marty."
He went back too far.
It's funny, right?
That's what happened.
Oh, he did. He went back
Yeah,
too far.
he went back too far.
Back to the Future 4.
There it is. Oh man. So
So I played Jennifer Parker. He played I was Marty McFly's present-day girlfriend.
Yes.
At the beginning and at the end.
yes.
That was my part.
Well, that I know. I think we all know that. I was going to ask you because you said Back to the Future 4, and it leads me to ask the question. I know Gale, Zemeckis, Spielberg have all gone on record saying they will not let that movie be rebooted, remade, anything.
I don't know if Spielberg said that.
Oh, Spielberg hasn't? Okay, I know Gale and Zemeckis for sure have.
I think Bob Zemeckis is the one that needs to be convinced otherwise.
Uh-oh.
Because I'll bet you that Bob Gale, well, he always says no also.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to speak for him.
Okay.
All of us would do a Back to the Future 4, and we've all gone on record saying that.
Sure.
And Elizabeth Shue can play Jennifer in a different time continuum, and then I can play Jennifer in another time continuum.
Oh.
That would be a good one.
Like Crisis in Infinite Earths.
What?
Trust me. That's amazing.
I know.
Oh, I would absolutely pay to see that.
How great would that be for me to be in a TV show with her and we play sisters?
Perfect.
Right?
It would be perfect inspired casting is what it would be.
And I think I told you once that Adventures of Babysitting,
Yeah.
it was down to Phoebe Cates and me and Elizabeth Shue.
11 actors.
And I was sure I was going to get it because I've been babysitting since I was 7.
I hope that's all your resume said.
You know what? I should have been more clear about that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, while I was starring in TV series, on the weekends, I was still babysitting. $1.50 an hour.
You're like the Andy Kaufman of the babysitting world. Now that's a deep cut, guys. You see, because Andy Kaufman, while he was making millions of dollars every week on Taxi, still held a job as a busboy at Jerry's Deli.
Are you kidding?
In Studio City. I'm not kidding.
Whoa,
That's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you were
I
doing the
used to
same thing?
Yeah, I started babysitting when I was 7 for Alex Waterbury, who's in Marin now and has his own child who looks just like he did. We were so in love with each other. It started when he was 7 months old and they moved when he was 2.5. Broke my heart.
Yeah.
And then next door was Boss Skaggs. So I babysat upstairs, and then when I wasn't upstairs, I was next door babysitting Boss Skaggs' baby, Oz.
Boz.
And Oz.
And
his
Oz.
wife, Carmela Skaggs, was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. She would come downstairs, which fur should I wear tonight? It's San Francisco, people wore fur. And she'd have like 5 for me to choose from.
Wow.
And then they'd all be on the bed, and one time, I can say it now, when I was changing Oz's diaper, you know, sometimes you're not fast enough.
Yep.
Woo! And the fur coats were all there.
Uh-oh.
Now I've said it.
Well, you've said it. I feel like she probably doesn't wear those furs anymore.
No, she
So
probably
it's
doesn't.
okay.
And I was getting, at that time, 75 cents an hour.
You know, inflation, I feel like it needed to affect babysitting a lot earlier than it did.
When I was babysitting in between, like on the weekends, and I'd be filming all week,
Yeah.
they gave me a raise. The mom, Jan,
Yeah.
came up to me. She goes, Claudia, I'm not paying you $1.50 anymore. You're getting $3.25.
Whoa.
I was like, wow.
That's very good union.
I would sweep sidewalks for a quarter for my neighbors when I was growing up in San Francisco.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'd knock on their door. Can I sweep your sidewalk? And can I have a quarter?
Yeah. Oh, look at you, the little
I've been a worker all my life.
entrepreneur.
Yes.
Always. That's right. I forgot you are from this area.
This is my city.
You guys.
San Francisco. I'm a San Franciscan. I'm a Bay Area bred.
Bay Area
girl.
beauty.
Thank you.
Oh, come on.
I'm a fourth generation Californian.
Amazing. Really?
My grandfather
Okay.
had the oldest family-owned Californian import-export business.
What did
Yeah.
Art Vandelay import?
I don't know.
There it is. One guy. That's what I do this for. I do it for one person.
My dad started the joint medical program between UC Berkeley and UCSF. Yes, he did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
I know.
That's a big deal. How long were you in San Francisco before you moved to Los Angeles?
It took me a couple years to convince my mother to move to LA.
Okay.
So I convinced her in between elementary school and high school.
Oh.
I'm going to change schools anyway. Might as well change to LA.
Wow.
And I convinced her to move to Los Angeles,
Good for you.
knowing nobody.
Well, you knew her.
I knew her. We stayed at Leona Mitchell, who's an extraordinary opera singer. We stayed at her then boyfriend's apartment in Westwood.
Mm-hmm.
We had no place to live. We had no job. We had no friends yet. And then we went to the Beverly Hills Hotel Polo Lounge for lunch almost every day.
Oh.
And my mother said, well, it's the same price as if we bought groceries. I was like,
Sure.
now we know why I had no money at 18.
Oh, I would have just kept charging it to the room that you didn't have.
Right?
That's how I roll.
So, yeah, we met, we interviewed agents,
Yeah.
not knowing that agents are supposed to choose you. I thought
Sure.
we choose them.
Sure.
So we interviewed like 4 different agents and,
Yeah.
and then decide which one we liked the best.
Yeah.
Never occurred to me that they'd say no.
Amazing.
I know.
Oh.
Sorry, Back to the Future.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But you know what? I want to open it to the floor. You have so many wonderful guests attending here.
Hi,
I want to make sure
everybody.
that they get an opportunity to ask their Back to the Future questions or questions from other aspects of Claudia's wonderful life and career. Do we have any questions from the audience? Don't be shy.
And I'm pretty transparent, as you can see.
I mean, the best stories, the most stories. All right, we'll come back to that. So then let's talk about Back to the Future.
Let's.
Obviously, iconic film. It is still now. Oh my gosh! Let's see. The movie is 34 years old this
It'll
year.
be 35 in 2020.
Unbelievable.
I'm 53, and next month will be a half.
Perfect. It's
Not the
amazing.
best.
Oh, stop it. It's just it's this movie. It's so great. I mean, how many movies do people still talk about with such daily regularity that have been around for that long?
It's extraordinary.
People of all ages
That's
know
right.
this movie. It is cross generations.
Yeah.
And I think it will continue that way.
Someone was saying yesterday it's more famous now than it was when it came out. It's just
Yeah.
continues to
Yeah.
grow its fan base,
It's
and
unbelievable.
people who saw it when it was in the theaters
Yeah.
all have stories, like poignant stories that
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, everyone knows where they were when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. That's like
Sure.
a thing. Everyone knows where they were when they first saw Back to the Future. They all
Yeah.
have like a story about it.
Yeah.
And since it was in the theaters again 5 years ago, so now the younger generation got to see it in
Yeah.
theater and screenings. It boggles my mind how recognizable it
Yeah.
is and special to everyone.
It really, truly is. And I know that you got to revisit
Yes.
your role as Jennifer Parker
Yes.
in the video game.
I did Telltale Video Games. I was Jennifer Parker, and I loved it.
Aw.
Christopher Lloyd played Doc.
Great.
And we were the only 2 original cast members. Everyone else was amazing voiceover actors.
Ugh, amazing.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was at the 25th anniversary for Back to the Future at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, leaving, and I hear this, Jennifer, Jennifer! And my sister's name is Jennifer, so I'll respond. Claudia! I'm like, what? Who's calling me? And there's this itty bitty little guy, no offense,
No, I'm taken. I thought you were talking to the itty bitty guy behind me.
AJ Las La 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 La. And he said, I'm Marty. I said, you are? And he goes, no, I'm Marty in the video game. I said, what video game? He said, they're doing a video game about Back to the Future. I said, I want to be Jennifer. He goes, they didn't think you wanted to do it. I was like, why? So I said, tell them I want to be Jennifer.
Yeah.
I get a phone call at my store the next day. We would love for you to be Jennifer in the video game. I'm like, whoa, thank you. And I think it was 3 or 4, I think they did 5 episodes.
Okay.
So I went and did a cold reading.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, she had changed.
Uh-huh.
She was like a punk, and she
Oh.
wasn't in love with Marty. She was
Oh.
in love with his friend.
Oh.
And all this stuff happened, and of course Marty got her back.
Well, of course.
And they're like, can you make your voice just a little higher? It used to be high. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It was just so
Pitch it
much
up.
fun.
Pitch up.
I never learned how to, like, I'm not a computer person, so I never actually saw it or played it.
What?
But I hear that it's a very fun game.
Oh my God! I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna find this game.
Oh, please do.
And I'm gonna show you this game. So
Okay.
It's criminal if you haven't seen this
I know
game.
fans say they like it. I'm like, well, did I do a good job?
Oh, I'm sure she's well. Get on that, fans. So we need episodes of Off the Rack, and we need the Back to the Future video game. Email both of us.
There we go.
Perfect.
ClaudiaWells.com.
There. That's how you find her.
MoneyWells.com.
Yep.
At the Claudia Wells on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And people, if they're not following you on social media, boy, are they missing out. Because you have so much fun.
I do.
You really do have a lot of fun. You get to do a lot of fun, very cool stuff, and you are very great about sharing it.
Thank you.
With your fans, with all the
Thank
people that
you.
follow you. Yeah, no,
I appreciate that.
you had it right here on this very stage.
Yes.
Yesterday. You were
Yes.
crushing it with the karaoke.
I didn't know a single one of those songs. I'd never even heard them before. I was just, it made sense.
Oh.
The sound and the tunes.
That's
and
amazing. Do
it
you
was
like
so much
karaoke?
fun. Now I do. I didn't know I liked it.
You didn't know until yesterday?
I love it.
Amazing.
I had no idea how much fun it would be. I want to do it again today.
Oh, there's more karaoke today.
Okay.
I think.
Well, there has to be.
There has to be. Kato, are you nearby?
John, are you here? I saw you somewhere. The owner.
There's karaoke going on
We
later
want to do
today. Yeah?
karaoke again.
5:30 p.m.
5:30?
today.
That's a
There we
long
go.
wait.
Thank you, karaoke. That is your full name now, right?
Kato Karaoke.
Oroki. Kato Oroki.
Laces match the shirt, looking amazing.
Laces out.
Shoes matching the
little Ace
blazer,
Ventura reference.
looking pretty good.
And I'm going to stay in the audience because I know people have questions, and you've been all day going, Kato, I
Right?
can't wait to ask questions.
People to feel like they've had an interaction. They can brag about it. Please, go right ahead.
Hi, Claudia.
Hello, how are you?
Well, the obvious question, what's Michael J. Fox like on set, off set?
Everything you would imagine that's wonderful about him is true. He's nice, he's funny, he's lighthearted, his comedy timing is extraordinary, he's easygoing, he's relaxed,
He's Canadian.
he's Canadian,
Enough said.
he's lovely,
Yeah.
and he still is. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, here's a great old joke I like. How do you get 1,500 Canadians out of a swimming pool? You say,
Tell them there's an ice rink next door.
no, you say, would you please get out of the pool?
Oh, because everyone's so nice.
They're
in
so
Canada.
polite. Yeah, they're so polite.
Yes, actually, when I was there, Americans have a very bad reputation for their rudeness.
Yeah.
Because they're so polite.
Oh, oh,
You catch that?
I did catch it. Did you ever have to do the thing where if you go to do something in Europe for a while, especially in France, where you put the Canadian flag pin on your lapel or your backpack instead so that they don't spit at you? You
Non,
never done
parce
that?
que je parle beaucoup de français. So, si je suis à Paris, je peux parler français avec tout le monde. So, c'est pas problème.
Oh, Sam, you're full of crepe.
Yeah.
I speak fluent French.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Because why shouldn't you be even more lovely?
You're so sweet.
There are cons in France. I was just watching a panel, a Charmed panel, that those guys did in France from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole time I'm thinking, I wonder which actors would astonish those crowds by dropping perfect French on them.
Oh,
Tell me you've done.
I did a show in the south of France. I did all the media in French.
Oh.
I did the Q&A in French. I did. I spoke French the entire time.
Amazing.
I don't think I spoke much English except to Harry Waters Jr. It was the two of us doing a show because he doesn't speak French.
Oh.
And he would have a translator,
Uh-huh.
but I was faster than her, and I think I was annoying him because we did a Q&A and there's all this press, and I'm sitting here, Harry's here, and his translator's there, and while they were asking questions, I'd be like whispering. He's like, I got this.
Wow. Where did you learn French?
My mother sent me to French American bilingual school starting when I was 4.
Ugh.
And they speak no English at that school. In fact,
Total immersion.
total immersion, and they choose teachers from the wealthy, lovely area of France so that we had the proper accent.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're teaching English and you don't have,
Right.
So they taught us French in French. The first low kindergarten, petit jardinier and jardinier, low kindergarten and high kindergarten were just like pronunciation. Then we learned how to read in French, write in French, dictée. We learned basse, which is French math. Then we learned English. I could read in French before I could read in English, long before.
Boy, I wish you could read.
I used to know more French than English when I would dream in French, think in French.
That's how they say you know a language fluently, is when you dream in that language.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We have a question. Yes, thank you, Kata.
Hey Sam, hi Claudia. So
Hi.
my question is, can you walk us through the process of like screen testing, or what's the difference now, even back then and now as well?
That's a great question. I think everything's quite different. A lot of things are on computers now, and I have been so blessed because I want to go back to acting, and then I got an email from a woman in Europe who has a production company offering me the role of a queen in her fairy tale film, and we're filming in April in the Czech Republic.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
literally thought to myself, I want to go back to acting. And now that my store is by appointment only, I have the freedom to do that.
Oh,
And I get an
wonderful.
email. It was about 2 days later.
Yeah.
So the audition process currently, I've been blessed enough not to have to deal with.
Terrific.
I know a lot of it's computerized. It used to be that you have to meet casting directors, and you do an audition when everyone auditions. Then if you're good enough, they bring you to the producer director. And then if you're good enough, you go to the network. And I got to the point fairly quickly where they didn't bring me in with the casting director. The casting director already knew about my work, and they would bring me in. My first audition would be with the casting people, the director, and the producer, and the writer. So that was pretty awesome. And that's when it's already been narrowed down.
Right.
And then I went to the network for a show, and the director said before I went in, he said, we know that both of you could do this part, so just go in and have joie de vivre, because it's just a matter of their personal opinion. But both of you have the look, both of you can do the part, so basically if you get to that point, it's still a compliment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a great outlook.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's
That's a great
somebody.
question. Yes.
Hi, I was just wondering, when you were working on Back to the Future, did you know it would become the phenomenon it became? Did you guys know?
Great question. No idea. None. And I did Fast Times shortly after Back to the Future came out, so I didn't really notice, except that it was in a theater for 9 months in Westwood. What I got out of Back to the Future is I would call the other movie theaters in Westwood and say I wanted to see their movie. Can I come in through the back? And can I bring my 6 friends? So I got like free popcorn, and I got to go to the movies for free. That's basically the charmed life I got after Back to the Future.
Free movies, free popcorn.
Right?
Oh, that's the only reason to get into show business, folks. If you're not doing it for that, you're doing it wrong.
That was a good
all right, we
idea,
have time
huh?
for maybe one last question from the crowd, if you guys have one. This is it. Time. Oh, right there. Right there. Yes, this gentleman.
Do you use your language ability to get parts in French, in France?
Why, what a great question.
Boy, good.
When I'm in Europe filming, well, je parle beaucoup de français. Si quelqu'un veut faire un cinéma avec moi, je peux faire ça. I just said I speak French, and if someone wants to do a movie with me speaking French, I can do that. It's a great idea. Let's put it out there. Start a campaign.
Where's Mamadou? He spoke perfect French.
Mamadou will be here today
Okay.
to cut a rap album with me.
Or
Our
I could speak English with a French accent.
the lovely gentleman who drove Cato and me from the airport spoke perfect French. He's from Senegal.
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
a nanny from West Africa, from Togo.
Yeah.
And I only wanted her to speak French in my home, and we spoke French. And I told her I only wanted her to speak French to my son. He was fluent in French and Spanish by the time he was 3.
Oh,
I had
I'm
a
so jealous.
turkey avocado from Togo.
Wow.
You're so funny.
Wow. All right. Well, hard to believe, but we are fresh out of time.
Oh,
I know.
no.
But if people want more time with you, if they want more FaceTime, if they want more great stories, I've got terrific news, guys. Claudia has a table right back there. She's got amazing pictures.
Flyers.
Flyers. We do selfies. Anything you want. Please make sure you come visit her. I'm on the other side. But one more time, a huge hand for the great and amazing and lovely Claudia Wells.
And for the great and amazing and lovely, handsome Sam Levine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Again, Sam Levine and the lovely Claudia Wells. I love the 80s. Look at these kids already, they're applauding. Applaud.